Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I very much appreciate it. Make sure you like and follow on TikTok and YouTube for me so that I can grow my collectives. I'm just trying to reach more people this year, build a spiritual community. It's a huge goal for me. You guys have been huge in helping me with that. So thank you so much. And I'm going to be giving away free tarot readings as well once I reach my first milestone. So it's 500 for YouTube and 10,000 on TikTok. And I just reached 7,000 on TikTok the other day. So super exciting. But yeah, if you're capable or if you want to follow on both of them, that would really help me out. And I'd very much appreciate it. Let's see. So if you are new, I'm going to pull two of these Oracle cards, get an overall feel for the energy, and then I'll pull from the tarot. I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what Spirit wants to come out right now. And then I did bring out the Angel Oracle again. I've just been really drawn to that deck lately, and I kind of just go with my intuition on that. So I'll pull one or two from there. I think one of the collective got like maybe three of them. So whatever Spirit wants to say is what's going to come out today. So let's see what we can pull from the Oracle. This deck I have to split in half because it's so thick I can't shovel it. But I love the cards because they're very sturdy and I like the messages. So we have gestures. You may be asked to help someone out or you may need a hand. Give deserved praise to others and you will receive recognition too. Interesting. Okay. So maybe there's somebody that could use your help or you could use someone else's help right now. People skills. You have a flair for working well with others. You could be a diplomat, counselor, salesperson, or the head of a company. Interesting. I like that. All right. Well, let's see what the tarot has to say for you here, Scorpio. Also, I'm going to have my, I'm going to have my website up here in the next couple weeks by the end of August. And it's very interactive, but there's also more coaching and more ebooks and digital content for you guys, just different little programs and stuff. And my personal readings will be open again. I know I've had quite a few people ask me if I'll be doing private readings again, and those will be open again once the website's up and working. So should be 2 weeks, definitely by beginning of September. So I'll let you guys know when that's up and available. Super excited about it. So, okay, we have the Star, Seven of Wands, Two of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Death card, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands, and the overall outcome is the Justice. On the bottom, we have the Ten of Cups. So I always take that bottom card because it's an underlying energy, like could be your feelings, could be the energy in your environment, but we have the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is about ultimate happiness. It's about happy family, happy life, love, joy, excitement. It could be financial abundance, prosperity, whatever it is that you're calling in, it's your wishes and your happiness. So the situation here is the Star. The Star is about hope and renewal. It's about healing. So I feel like you are definitely, you're hopeful and you're getting that new sense of, inspiration. It can be about prosperity. So if this, if you're here for work or career, or even in love, it can be about growth, hope, inspiration in any aspect of life. Your blockage here is the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is about defending yourself, defending your beliefs, about being very defensive. So maybe you've had to defend yourself for various reasons. This can be at work. This can be in relationships. Again, that can be love relationships, family relationships, friend relationships. You may have a friend group that you've had to defend yourself against, it could be family members that you're having to defend yourself against, but it's also about like perseverance and determination. So you're just defending what you believe in and you're standing your ground. So the root of this is the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is all about balance. You see, he's got these pentacles here and he's kind of, holding them in his hands and he's trying to balance. So this can be about balancing your time, balancing your finances, but it's also about going with the flow. So if you see these ships back here on this water, it's kind of like ups and downs. Life has ups and downs, finances have ups and downs. So I feel like this is kind of like just balancing and going with the flow. In the recent past, we have the King of Wands. So this can be your energy. You could be dealing with a King of Wands. This is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Doesn't have to be, or it could just be somebody that's in this energy. So the King of Wands is like an entrepreneur energy. He's very passionate, knows what he wants. He's all about like leadership and like visionary, like big picture. He looks at the big picture of things. So if you're not dealing with a fire sign, that can just be the energy that you're dealing with, is like visionary leadership type of energy, which could be why, you're maybe taking the leadership on helping someone, maybe stepping into more of your people skills. Or this could be, a King of Wands that you were dealing with in the recent past, that you're still dealing with. So in your subconscious or your higher self, we have the Death card. So the Death card is all about transformation, change, endings, beginnings. So I feel like subconsciously you're wanting new beginnings and endings, and you're kind of transitioning here. So you could be transitioning to a different business. You could be transitioning. This could be like a spiritual transition. It could be an actual transition where you're moving from one job to another. It could just be transitioning your energy into a different mindset or a different way of looking at things, maybe a different perspective. In the near future, we have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. So you could be receiving alone. You could be receiving help. Again, with these gestures, this oracle card, it's about equal give and take. So, this person is giving to these other people. And it's also about balance. He has these scales right here in his hand, which is like Libra energy. But again, with that balance, we have the balance here with the Two of Pentacles, and then he's holding those scales. So I feel like maybe some balance in finances or balance in energy, balance in between work and home life. It's a general reading, so it's going to resonate differently for each of you. Where are you needing balance? You're going to know that more than anyone. So your advice from Spirit is the Eight of Pentacles, which is about, he's working very diligently on this one pentacle. So you're very focused on something, on some type of task. And this can be in your work, this can be, again, in your home life, but he's definitely honing in on his skills. If it's a relationship, it's like a dedication to someone else's needs. Like you're dedicated to what your partner needs. If it's work, then you're dedicating yourself to your skills and you're mastering those skills. You're definitely it's like a craftsmanship quality type, very focused on your work. And this could be Spirit telling you to maybe focus in one area, focus on one thing that you want to bring in, like one thing at work, one goal, master a skill, basically. So in your environment, your influence here, we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is a very, it's worrisome energy. It's like anxiety, depression, bad dreams. So I feel like you're definitely in your head about some things. Then the Nine of Swords is our thoughts. So you're definitely in your head about something here and you're worrying a lot. There's tension. There's like maybe some financial stress that is here. And that could be why Spirit is telling you to focus on one skill and, don't focus so much on being in your head. Your hopes and fears, we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is about communication. It's about flow, ease. It's about things coming in. It's a pretty fast moving energy. So I think you're hoping for some fast change, some progress here, whether that's in a relationship or at work. It could be, you're hoping for fast changes with finances. But either way, it's about like a change, and that's what you're hoping for. So the potential outcome here, or the overall outcome, I say potential because if you know the energies and what you're moving into, you can always, focus more on your energy and change that energy. But we have the Justice card here, and this is the Libra card. Justice is all about fair and balance. Again, with the scales here, it's the third time we've got balance here. So, and I feel like that's with the collective right now, because I've gotten that a lot with the collectives about balance, whether it's in the tarot cards or in the oracle cards. I feel like we all just kind of need to balance right now, balance your emotions, balance your finances, balance your time. But you definitely have some justice. This is like karma, reaping what you sow, but what that could be good or that could be bad, but it's the consequences of your actions coming in here. It can be about financial investments as well, but I definitely feel like you've got some karma coming in here. So what do we not see coming here for Scorpio spirits? What do we not see coming for Scorpio? So we have the Six of Wands, Queen of Wands. So we have the King and Queen of Wands here. And we have the Four of Cups. So this is what you don't see coming. It's the Six of Wands. It's a victory. It's about being seen. So maybe your work is being seen. Maybe you're being seen. Maybe you're kind of stepping into these people skills, like as a counselor or the head of a company, and your work is going to be seen. People are going to be seeing you more. And it's also about like a financial success. So I definitely feel like you're going to be seen. And we have a victory here. So we also have the Queen of Wands that you don't see coming. So this can be a Queen of Wands coming in to your energy. Again, it's not male, female. It's just energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy. So in the recent past, we had the King of Wands. And in the future, or what we don't see coming, is the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is very, she's very joyful. She's very outgoing. She's ambitious, confident, like self-assured. She knows what she wants, and she's a fire sign. She's very passionate about what she wants. So this can be you stepping more into this Queen of Wands energy, but it's also maybe, again, going back to that balance, you're balancing your masculine and feminine energies. Maybe that's what you need. So a masculine energy is very go-getter attitude, very ambitious, like going for what you want. Not that feminine energy isn't, but feminine energy is more of sitting back in your creativity, letting things flow. Again, with that, going with the flow. So maybe you just need to balance your masculine and feminine energies. And this could also be a divine counterpart. If you're sitting in this King of Wands energy, maybe you're calling in this divine counterpart for yourself. If you're here for a love reading, or even if you're here for career, this could be someone coming in that you don't see coming. It could be a business partner. It could be, again, with this people skills and these gestures. Maybe you're helping someone out, and this is, somebody that is meant to come into your life to help you at this time. And then we also have the Four of Cups here. So this is like a stagnant, bored energy. I feel like you're coming out of this energy. I feel like you've kind of been sitting in like this healing energy, and now you're starting to come out of like this stagnant period, and you're moving into more of an abundant period. Okay, what are the actions and advice for Scorpio spirits? Actions and advice for Scorpio, please, spirits. The Empress, Page of Cups, Nine of Wands. So again, with that Empress energy, she is like an abundant, nurturing energy. I feel like it's just nurture yourself, pamper yourself, sit back in this Empress energy, let things come to you, let things flow. That's what that Empress does. Like, she's just sitting back in her luxury, enjoying herself. She's, not stressing. She's just sitting back in that divine feminine energy and letting the abundance flow. So again, it doesn't have to be male or female. It's just the energy. Sit back and let those things flow, because you've definitely been healing. I feel like that's with that star, that hope, that renewal energy. And then we had the Death card, which is like endings. And you do have 3 major arcana, so it's not, huge deal. This is more just, go with the flow type of energy. And then we have the Page of Cups. So this is about like it can be like a creative endeavor. This can be about like your creativity, like be more creative. Um, maybe that's what you're moving into here, like more of a creative time, a creative business. This cloth is driving me crazy. I'm sorry. I keep pushing it down. Just won't stay down. You could be moving into like taking on new financial responsibilities because of new ideas that you've had, but it's definitely more of a creative. Cups are about emotions, so it's definitely more of a creative, emotional time for you. And I feel like that's what you're stepping into, which is a good thing. And then you have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is about perseverance, resilience, pushing through. So we have the 7, 8, and 9 of Wands. So I feel like you're moving to the end of a cycle here, because the 10 of Wands is about holding burdens, and it's about letting those burdens down because you're at the end of a cycle. So you're very close to the end of a cycle here, Scorpio. But they call him the wounded warrior here because he's got this bandage here on his head. But you're pushing through, and you're being very resilient, and you're persevering against something. But this is like a last stand type of energy. So yeah, definitely stand up for your beliefs, keep defending yourself. I love this energy for you, though. You're moving into something awesome. You got some good karma coming in here. So let's get one more message for Scorpio Spirit. Quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. I love that. So maybe you're kind of needing a retreat because you've been in your head a little bit and you're kind of, having some anxiety, but like maybe just go. It doesn't have to be like an actual retreat. It can just be you maybe take a day off and meditate, or just kind of take some time to yourself to relax and get some quiet time. But yeah, I definitely feel like you're moving into some pretty awesome stuff here, Scorpio. I hope that this helps, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.